am Judy Rogers, and I'm not only an occupational therapist, also known as a shortcut OT, but I was born with a stroke, and though it's called cerebral palsy. So I use what it's like to be one-sided. And I have to tell you, one of the most important things to begin with is you need to start learning about your new body, because it is new to you. And if you learn to do things, then you can learn to adapt what needs to be more that you have to learn. So one of the more important things that I always like to do with people is getting dressed. One, staying in bed is never good. They've proven that since early English times, when the rich ladies stayed in bed after birth. They got sicker. So this is why they get you up and out. But to get you to choose who you are by dressing. So there's always a rule of thumb. Put your affected side in first, whether it is a top or a bottom. And then you take the affected side out last. You do that and you get to dress. And that way you can choose what you want, because even small children like to choose what they're going to wear. Then the next thing that you do for yourself is finding out what works for you at home. Well, sometimes if you're lucky enough to get whether a visiting nurse, an occupational therapist, or a PT or into your house to see how you can make it accessible. Because if you can get in and out, then you have more freedom and you're out in the community. You're not stuck in your home. So how do you make it accessible? So if you can't find a visiting home health agency, there might be a Center for Independent Living where somebody can help you make it accessible. Steps are not your friend. They prevent you from really going out. Then get rid of all your throw rugs. They are not your friend either. Why? You trip. Wires, you trip. So how do you get rid of wires? Because let's face it, computers are a part of our lives now, and they don't come without wires. So childproofing has come a long way, and they have made things to put wires in and cover them up that you don't trip. How do you happen to trip? Because all of a sudden how you walk is no longer easy, because your affected side turns in or doesn't lift up high enough that you can catch your toe on something. So these are the first thing. Which room, did you ask, is really the worst? Bathrooms. They are really dangerous. So because of it being wet, water gets everywhere. What do you want to do? You want to get rid of the throw rugs again, but you can Google options for what you can put in. So when you step out of the bath or transfer out of the bath or transfer onto the commode, it won't be slippery. You can put tape on, but if you're using tape, what do you have to do? You have to check it that the glue does not wear down. Okay, what's the next thing that you can do so you can use your house is cooking. For some people, they like cooking. They don't want to give up cooking. What's easier? You do what we call a workstation. Find one place that you can do it. If you're in a wheelchair, find ways to hold the bowls so you can move it. Some people don't like this, but it's easier and safer. Crock pots. One bowl's cooking, okay? You put all the stuff in, you're finished. You don't have to worry about burning yourself. You don't have to worry about transferring things out of the oven, because sometimes when you transfer things out of the oven, there are hot fluids. You do not want to get burned. Burning is not your friend, and you do not need any more trouble. So, to finish it off, if you have pain or continued pain in any of your extremities, do not accept this as normal. Go find your physician, go find a PT or an OT, go find a nurse. Tell them that this is hurting so you can be happier. When you're without pain, you can do more.